Jeremy Clarkson names the one car he'd still love to own. Media personality and entrepreneur Jeremy Clarkson has admitted there is one car among the many thousands that he'd still love to own. Jeremy, who has become better known in recent years for his work on Clarkson's farm, has also continued reviewing and speaking about cars alongside his farming exploits. This includes discussing what cars he'd still like to own and have in his own garage. Earlier this year, he appeared on Autocar's podcast and said there was one car in particular he'd like to have in his garage. The Lexus LFA, a V10, two-door supercar he first drove in the early 2010s.
Looking for a premium phone without the premium price? This renewed, unlocked iPhone 14 offers 128 gigabytes of storage, a sharp 6.1-inch display, and 5G capability for around $299. Want to get the best verified deal and see full details? Visit grabdeal.us/6 right now.
Expressing his admiration for the car, he said, "An LFA still lives in my head as a car I'd love to own. When the LFA came out, the reviews were kind of, nobody got excited by it, and then I drove it and I was priapic." Jeremy went on to describe how the sound of the engine was like a wounded bear, a wailing noise. "I thought, oh my God, this is just absolute joy. That's a car I still treasure." Between first driving the LFA while he was still on Top Gear and his most recent tribute to it, Jeremy has spoken about the LFA. In an interview published in 2019 by DRIVTRIB, he was asked if, at the time, the LFA was the best car he'd ever driven. "The Lexus LFA, because of the noise it makes principally. Millions of faults in it, you can't do the seatbelt up, fuel tanks too small, all sorts of things wrong with it. But because of the noise it makes, that V10 sound was spine-tingling, and you don't get that from electric cars." Jeremy has previously expanded on his opinions of electric cars, going into more detail about how their lack of noise was part of the reason he didn't feel the same emotional response to them. Speaking to YouTuber and fellow car reviewer Harry Metcalf, he spoke about his experience of reviewing electric cars and why even he wishes the best electric cars had an engine. He said, "I said when I packed in the Grand Tour was that I'm just not interested in electric cars, and I saw that was going to be the future. I thought, how can I be enthusiastic as I drive along when the damn thing's not making any noise? I had that electric Renault 5 the other day, and I thought that was a cracking-looking little car, and I really liked the splashes of yellow inside. Really nicely done, if only it had an engine." Having previously talked about peak car, he also identified in the same interview when he thought that was, pinpointing it at around 2015. Explaining why, he said, "They reached a point when they had everything you could reasonably expect from a car, and now they've all gone electronic and idiotic. So I think about 10 years ago, if you bought a car from 10 years ago, it would be reliable, comfortable, refined, well-equipped, fast, relatively economical, and spectacularly green, because nobody's had to build you a new car.